2-0 people.
Yeah, well.
Crabby ass mood. Fuck it.
I'm surprised you're not drinking, buddy.
I actually, the alcohol's right back there, actually. I think there's a... Oh, no. I must have put it away. I had it back there. I had a bottle of Four Roses. No, I sold the Four Roses. That's right.
Nice.
But, made my way now I have plenty of spare time, but over the holiday, I just got back from an 11-day vacation.
All those cruises.
So I got back from the 11-day holiday and pretty much spent money I don't have now, and I really don't have, considering I don't have a fucking job anymore. So, yeah, there's only one person in here, but fuck it. I mean,
well, time to start selling all your X-Men, buddy.
That's the last. There might be some really cool mystery boxes with a lot of slabs in it. I can probably do that. I don't have a lot of raw books to put in anymore that are, I don't have any raw books that are Silver Age, but I probably have that little Avengers run I was running on is probably about 10 slabs or 8 or 10 slabs. They're sub 50.
Nice.
So yeah, I do have some stuff. I mean, problem is that they're going to be slab mystery boxes and just some cool raws that I have left. I mean, I've got plenty of raws back there, but I'm also going to this weekend, if I'm home Saturday, there might be a chance it might be the following weekend. I'm going to just post on the local thing and say, hey, $2 comic books, $5 pops, come get them, and I'll put them out on the dry. I mean, it's shit nobody will want. I mean, it's all those.
Well, you never know.
It's all that stuff that came in the Walmart stuff.
Oh yeah.
So really, nobody's here tonight. Jesus.
Well,
yeah, just lost cruises. But yeah, so I am officially poor. I do have a few boxes coming, but there will probably be no more. I don't even think I'll be doing YouTube videos. I have nothing to open. There's nothing for me to.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, man. If you can't buy shit to make new content that we we're doing, it doesn't make sense. So.
Hey, Rob's here.
What's up, Rob?
On today's news, I got laid off, so I'm fucked. I should be alcohol, I guess, but I don't drink it anymore. But now that you're here really quick, I guess, Rob, once I get the money from the mystery boxes, this is coming to you. I won't even see the Hardened again. He did want to get his he wanted to get some proof of some bullshit, thinking I was going to scam his ass. But I mean, I met the guy twice, and he's all, "There's going to put a show up on eBay. This is what's going in the." He claimed these books go between $60 and $100. I could not tell you. I know nothing about them. And that's the version of his COA. So he did sign it over here. It's no offense, pretty weird little signature.
No, that's fine.
Nice. And then we have whatever this one is. I know none of these books. I was kind of hoping he'd do a little sketch of Harley Quinn. That's what he's known for. And the COA is just that. He was claiming, and then there's a Virgin cover. I don't even know what the book is. I'm not opening it to find out. So, I mean, they're cool. I mean, he did the artwork, so. Yeah, actually, he didn't do the cover on here. He didn't do the cover. But oh well.
We'll get you a receipt for it.
Oh, I have no idea how to get a hold of him anymore. They took my work phone from me. My work phone, I turned to my work. I basically got told at 10 a.m., 10:30, I'm up in the mountains, an hour out of town. My boss comes all the way. He was down here already. He comes all the way up to the mountains and say, hey, yeah, I know we got the contract for the work you do, but they're not renewing your contract.
So I guess so.
So I'm officially, and here's two things happened. I pissed off somebody at Dominion. Who knows? I have no idea. Haven't been scolded or think I did anything wrong. Number two, normally we only have one data collector up in Cedar City, small town. There's really no work right now. Really nothing. There's like 10 things to work on in one main. And a guy from down south moved up here, and he started working as a young kid, has no experience doing GIS, started doing, he was doing data collecting in St. George. He moved up here. They let him work up here too. He wasn't supposed to. And then, but his grandfather works for Sunrise, the company I work for. So I'm thinking one of two things happened. I pissed somebody off. No idea if I did. No one told me a word. No, I was never reprimanded for shit. Or they told them we only want to have, they don't like us driving back and forth to St. George in the vehicles. It's a lot of miles, a lot of time. And so they probably said, we only want one data collector up in Cedar City. And because his grandfather works for the company, they said, oh, we'll take the younger kid and the 50-year-old can go fuck off. So I don't know. I don't care. my lead up here, who's been with Dominion for 40 something years, they didn't even tell him what was happening. So I was just told I was put on a list, and these are the people we're not rehiring after the contract's renewed. So I don't know. I'll find out one of these days. So safe to say, I looked at my third party inspector, who doesn't know if she has a job in 2 weeks either, because her company didn't get contracts. And I said, I've got PTO, and my work will give me in the second week of August I can apply for unemployment. So I got 2 paychecks, and I cashed out a small 401k for a few $1,000s. I went, adios, motherfuckers. You guys can do this on your own. I'm leaving. Uploaded the work I was working on, went down to the mountain, gave my computers away, went to my house, cleaned out my work car, drove it to the office, and dropped it off. So I got 2 weeks of pay, or 4, I got whatever. The 31st was our contract, so I only had 8 days left of work anyway, because I'm only working us 4 days a week right now. So I'm safe to say I'm in a fucked up, pissy ass mood, so excuse me. Okay, there's my rant. We're done. But yes, I will get those to the address you gave me. I'm just waiting for 3 of the mystery boxes have been paid for. 1 hasn't. I'm still waiting, and I still got the 5th one to do. If anybody wants a mystery box, 1 left. There might be some big mystery boxes coming. The X-Men will not be in them. Those are not going anywhere. But a lot of my excess Silver Age books that I'm not going to be keeping, I don't have the money for anymore. I would rather tell my wife I'll put half the money I have of everything I sell right into our account. So who knows? That's where we're at. I'm not buying anything, so. But I do have a few things coming in the mail, but nothing exciting that I don't know. That's where I sit.
How's everybody else doing?
Yeah, how's everybody else doing? What's up, Rob? Anything new? I know. Wait, why? I didn't mute. Right? Are you muted?
I'm muted.
Oh, okay.
Because I have the air conditioners on, and this mic picks up a little bit of the air conditioning in the background.
Yeah, we're not hearing it. I did send Jason the thing, but he hasn't been responsive lately, so I don't know what he's up to. But
I got a big barbecue this weekend. That's my big thing.
Nice.
Now, you have it every year, right? His annual one?
Yes.
And it's just, what's the occasion? I missed that part of it always.
It's the 3rd Saturday in July.
Oh,
nice.
Good reason. Yeah.
I would die for it.
No, it was something like one time when we first got married, we decided to have a couple friends over to the apartment and do kind of, just hang out and grill something. Because back then I didn't have the smokers. I was at an apartment. So it was like throw some burgers on the grill and some wings in a toaster oven. And that was like how it started. And then,
nice.
and then slowly it evolved as we moved out of the apartment and into our duplex, and I had room for like my half barrel and a smoker and stuff. And it was just, we had more space for guests as we expanded the thing. And then once we got to this house, it's been, we have a huge yard for entertaining. I have multiple smokers now. So it's just been kind of like a thing that we just kept going, except for, 1 year during COVID. We've basically been doing it every year we've been married. We just had a big summer cookout. That's all.
Okay, Rob, if you have a recipe for this, let me know. We were on our way. The trip we had up and back down through Yellowstone was the worst food trip I've ever had.
So you want to recreate it?
One of them, no. One of the meals costed well above $200 for my wife's birthday, and it was terrible. But when we came down through Livingston towards the park, we stopped in Livingston at this little barbecue place. There's nothing really there. And I've had the best barbecue. Barbecue is okay. But what I wanted and loved, and I never thought I would, was a braised, oh my God, collard greens. Braised collard greens with some, I think there was brisket inside of it, maybe some other meat. They said some pork. It hit on so many different flavors. It was sour. It was sweet. It was savory. I took that stuff took it back to the hotel and ate the rest of it on the way back. I got to find a good recipe. It's
always good when you can find something good like that you like. For a while, there was a barbecue place. Actually, it was a soul food place not too far from me. That's no longer in business, unfortunately, but they had what they called boom and baked beans. Ooh. And oh my God, I could go there and just eat tubs of their beans. They were so goddamn good. I don't know. They could have been had crack cocaine in them for all I know.
I've become kind of according to Google, at least my reviews have had a lot of views, but I mean, I left them the most great review at the end. I said, "Can you please just freeze the collard greens and I'll pay to have them shipped?" They never responded. So,
Yeah,
it was a good trip. A lot of
no,
fun.
I don't have a good recipe for collard greens. I don't actually cook those.
My wife did last year for Thanksgiving. Her daughter wanted to, and they were okay. They were just kind of, I didn't really like the flavor, but these had I don't know who's.
I don't think I've ever had great collard greens like you described. I've had okay ones, but it's just never been something I've had that where I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, sometimes you never know. Like sometimes, like I know people who sometimes say like they found all of a sudden they find that one place got like the grits, and that's like the only grits they'll eat, or like otherwise everything else is just like garbage, and you're like, or collard greens, whatever it is, you find that one place got that one thing, and you're like, wow, changes your mind about something. Then you're like really sad because then everywhere you go you're chasing that flavor again, and they never deliver, and you're always disappointed.
Good old Jim McNulty just picked up a third mystery box. They're sold out.
Well, there you go. Nice.
Congratulations.
I literally just shared it on my story, so I can undo that.
Yeah, it's gone now. He just sent me payment. This guy, he always buys 3. I don't know.
Hey.
And this time, just to prove, because everyone, okay, I'm not going to say where and who I had the conversation with, but there's a mystery box that happened a while back that everyone referred to might be the words certain people I've talked to said that it might be rigged. So what I do now is when they buy the box, I put their name on the box right away, take a picture of it with the number of the box, and then I put the thing on and slap it out and send it out the next day, because I am no longer, I don't even want, I mean, I don't think it was, but it was just, I was talking with a certain person and even he really thought it was. But no big deal. I don't mind.
Well, but nobody listens to Taylor anyways.
No, I actually don't think it. I don't think it was. I just think that the person needs more transparency with how they.
Well, this wasn't you. This is somebody who got one of the hits. Who was.
I'm aware. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. I didn't know. I know we discussed it.
I just think that great box all the way around. It's just the transparency towards the hits wasn't the best. Whatever. Anyway,
incredible box.
Oh, you're not talking about old man's box. You're talking about.
Yeah,
I know. I know what you're talking about. There.
Yeah, you do too. You do too, Rob. I'm sure you do. So,
I love mine, but now a lot of the books I was going to keep out of that are now going to be gone because I got to do to pay if my bills are going to be coming in soon and all. I got about 3 months of pay to lay back on. After that, I'm screwed.
Yeah,
no, 2 months of pay. So I have a lead on a few different jobs. I mean, at least I just started looking today. It only happened today, so
I've got till the end of September to figure out my life.
Nice. My wife.
I have somewhere to live. I gave notice to him. I'm not renewing this lease here.
Oh, okay. You figured that out.
I got to find something else, somewhere else to live. It's no big deal. To quote Eddie, but I just have to either figure out if I'm moving to a different area or a new job comes along, or same job and then find another apartment for a year, but whatever. So.
The collard greens I had last time, Las Cruces, were bitter. The ones my wife made, and we put in some kind. I forgot what I used. We couldn't find the turkey leg, so I used a ham hock to put in with it, and it got too salty. So I don't know. I just
it's still in progress, miss. So I'm getting. People are like, "Oh, you should be an expert at interviewing by now." I'm like, "Well, if I were an expert at interviewing,
you'd have
have a new job by now." So apparently, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it right, but whatever.
It's no offense, Taylor. My son's doing as good of a job as you are.
Yeah, perfect.
Well,
it's a rough market, as they say, but
it's definitely. And anything I do, it's going to be near impossible. The Blue Stakes job is going to be the easiest for me because it's basically getting out in a work truck again and going to scenes and marking up, electric power and gas and.
Yeah,
but
I'll find something, or I'll just have to stick with it and suck it up like most people do with their shit. What I definitely can't do is now lose health insurance because I'm on. I'm about to start a biologic injectable medicine, which even after copay, they wanted to initially charge me $2,000 a shot.
Holy.
Well, that's before the manufacturer. It's all American healthcare. That's a whole different topic, but. Out of pocket, it's like
we pay, so the rest of the world doesn't have to.
Yeah, something like that. And that's,
my wife's got the Ozempic.
Still not 100% accurate, but yes. Anyways, it's a hot mess. So I got to stay somewhere with decent employment or with insurance.
Yeah, no, AR, you're right. He is at that spot where he's only been out of school for 2 months, so it's not hurting him yet. But pretty soon he's going to get to the point where he's going to have to go find anything just to be able to be doing something while he continues his search. The other half of his problem is he's looking primarily at government jobs because that's the segment he wants to go right. And government jobs are known for their fast-paced hiring and lightning speed onboarding. So
I get not really government, but I forgot there's a city I keep on getting jobs that I qualify for and I'm overqualified for in Arizona, and I constantly put it in for them. You hear one email back from them, we'll get back to you, and you never hear again from them. That was useless.
Yeah.
I did have a chance to move down to Arizona for a job, but the pay wouldn't have been worth the flight.
Meanwhile, I just keep telling recruiters, "Fuck you, I'm not looking." That's how it works. Yeah. If I lose my job, though, they'll all dry up and stop instantly.
Yeah, that's how it. Yeah.
Oh, I get several emails a day from people who I can't pronounce their names. I don't know how that works out. It's just the names I can't pronounce.
You just have to make the effort to learn how to pronounce them, Eddie. That's all it works out.
I'm just saying that, and I get a ton of that. They want to always go contract position, which is all I get. Contract to hire, and then they go, oh yes, you need to be a programmer. I'm like, does it say anywhere in my resume I'm a programmer anymore? I haven't programmed since C++. And so Visual Basic, it's not going to happen.
Great. You and I can get a job as programmers. You can do your C++, and I'll do Fortran 77.
I can probably do Apple II Basic.
Commodore Basic. I can still do Commodore Basic.
Yeah.
I can still do Commodore. I did it back in 7th.
Now, if any of us could actually do Cobalt, we could get a job.
Oof. I got a friend that could. He's 85.
I could do basic HTML and CSS, but you get anything JavaScript and I'm lost. So,
I did HTML once in my life and never again. And I took classes for C++, C, Visual Basic, just one class, but we're talking 14 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they want you to do what they call Python. Python's the name of the newest.
I know I was in trouble when I was talking to one of the engineers software engineers one time, and we were talking about how I wanted something designed, and I was mapping it out. And he's like, "Where did you get this kind of mapping logic that you're doing?"
What did you use the decision?
I told him, I said, "Look, I'll be honest with you. Everything that I've just mapped out is using essentially electronic gate logic." And or gates, NOR gates. It was basically using gate logic.
Go to.
Obviously, you're gonna go and have to redo this how you want, but at least it's a logic path that doesn't end in a freaking loop or something.
I remember playing video games.
Here's a much better possibility for all of us. I watched a YouTube video this morning. Well, no, but after work, we'll phrase it that way. About how you can combine several different AI programs or AI
to write everything you want
to make a fake person, and then use that fake person to make fake videos and fake images
to make money
on a real OnlyFans account.
OnlyFans. I haven't heard that one yet. I've heard it for all kinds of things, from training videos and YouTube videos, and, or getting to text to speech and record and through an AI thing to record audio recording stuff.
Bot angle, which is probably not the worst of the bunch as far as ideas go.
I went by my work.
Generate AI feet pics.
Yeah, exactly.
I went by my work to talk to my old boss, and this was before I knew I was getting laid off, and we were talking about most of the jobs they want for techs and analysts, they want programming and Python. He says, well, yeah, I used to do a lot of Python, but now I do now. I just go into chat GPI, tell it, please, in Python, tell me how to do this, and zip, it comes out, and he copy pastes it. I don't know. Well, hell. I saw something. Yeah, I forget. I won't say what
Hey, some people pay extra for that 6 toe.
Yeah.
Exactly. Listen, if that 6 toe is prehensile and can grip something, then you're really in.
Oh hell, I don't gotta wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I think that's the only good thing about this week. Tomorrow I can sleep in and do laundry and start sending out resumes. I can't apply for unemployment till first week of August. So,
did you try to bullshit this week? It's the history of the world. It's like,
Oh,
did you try to bullshit this
I'll
week?
be bullshitting all week because our dishwasher also died. So now,
Well, Eddie,
Yeah.
if
Looks like you're washing by
washing.
hands for a while.
Yep.
oh yeah, we are. I bought this cool double racked dish drainer. It's $38.
You could have just used a towel that you already had.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Save
but it's
some
gonna.
money.
We do a lot of. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Buy yourself a set of gloves so you don't get dishpan hands.
Yeah. And some Dawn. That's all you need.
I got to mark that.
Oh, don't you want palm olive? That way you got those nice
Oh yeah.
your soft hands.
Ugh.
Soak
So
your
yummy.
hands in palm olive.
Oh, I remember that. Like, remember all those bullshit commercials that like.
Oh yeah. You still can find them. They've got the.
I mean, I'm
After-
from the era where
after
you
I-
used to wipe our face with rubbing alcohol, the Stridex pads and everything.
Right, exactly. Right after I soak my hands in palm olive, I like to squeeze the Charmin.
Yeah. One of my buddies is like he works at like a laser engraving place, and that's what like they engrave these giant metal rollers for toilet paper patterns. Like, and he's got a job because they wear down eventually off the volume, but like,
Yeah.
it's just so bizarre to me that like that's a needed thing.
On a good note, my wife has her job, so we have health insurance. So
Yeah. Well, do you want to learn how to engrave toilet paper rolls? I can probably get you a job in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
right now, I think she'd probably move anywhere.
Yeah.
Depending, we've had such a. I don't know. Just everything's all out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're going through a rough shit, dude. That sucks.
She called her. She already called her dad, but she didn't decide to ask for money from him. So, oh well. I'm not. Like, that's okay. That's why I got rid of an old 401k that had nothing in it. So,
Wow.
what the hell's going on? Yeah, transfers pending. You continue to make another transfer to your external bank account. What the fuck is going on with? Sorry, don't mind
Stealing
me.
all your money.
Well, it's what do you call it? Withdrawal 290.
Well, this is the riveting. Watching Eddie learn how to use an e-banking.
Well, no, it's Cash App. It is strange. Arrives tomorrow, and then he just sent me 145, so I hit the 145 and hit withdrawal. You have a transfer pending. If you continue, we'll make another transfer to your external bank account. Yeah, what? Whatever. Cash App normally doesn't really have a problem with that, but oh well, not a big deal. Sorry, I want to get him his books.
Well, Cash App already found out your job list. They're like, we can't have any of that shit.
I'm gonna call. Last time I called, what do you call it, and tried to cancel?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Miss. So that sucks. I can empathize. Blood clots are not fun, and the needing surgery also. That's rough.
That's weird. I've never had one fail. I just got the. You guys tell me this one. Cash App. Jimmy Nelson. Okay, what? Could not be sent to your bank account in 106 because more than your cash. What? $290 couldn't be sent to your bank account ending in whatever because it was more than your cash balance. Visit the activity tab in the app for more details. What the fudge? But the money's gone. I am.
Maybe
Figure
you
it out.
submitted multiple. Maybe you submitted multiple by mistake.
Yeah. I
Look
could've
Look at
done
your.
that.
Why don't you try looking at your activity tab like they suggested?
Which one is the activity? It says withdrawal.
Probably one that says activities.
Oh, okay. Maybe it did do 2 because I have 3 withdrawals pending still. Okay,
there
that's
you go.
fine. Whatever. I don't care. Well, I don't want to ship
Yeah.
these out if somehow things went south. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
That's rough, Miss. So I hope he is too. That's
Ouch. That does.
Blood
suck.
clots are fucking painful and nasty, and definitely no fun. And hopefully they. Well, yeah.
It's fun. Taylor's talking, but he's not moving. Or is it just for me? You okay there, Taylor?
My internet's slow.
Oh, okay. We can hear you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I got issues on StreamYard. Everyone's frozen on my end. So.
Oh well, you're frozen on ours, and you do not have an attractive look.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
it's-
Let's see here. I'm gonna try and rejoin.
Oh, I did watch TV.
It's always the way it is. Nobody ever freezes in a like nice.
Yeah, it's not like.
Instead, it's always like.
Yeah, he'll rejoin. No big deal. I did actually watch The Bear. I watched all 3 seasons in 2 weeks. And
I have not gotten past the first season yet. I
um,
keep thinking I want to go back and watch the other 2 seasons, but I haven't gotten around to it.
two. Yeah, I think my wife was like she's trying to sleep while I'm watching it, and you got a big old, the restaurant, everyone's screaming at each other, the F word, and it's like, what the hell are you watching? There he is. He's back. The third season of The Bear threw me for a loop. I know I did not enjoy, did not enjoy it. You went like this, but now you're back. You're moving again.
Jesus.
The third season of The Bear, I think they went south. I think that was the Jump the Shark season.
I have not watched it yet.
All I just heard was Eddie is watching videos with bears in it.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis is definitely good in it. You don't expect Oliver Platt's good in it. I was surprised when he showed up. So, and Bertha, the guy who plays the Punisher, I can't even say his last name.
We're of that age where health ailments are what we talk about. It's just
Well, my friend told me to go watch what was it, Homeland. So I just watched the first episode and it wasn't bad.
Is that the old one? Is that the old Showtime one?
I think so. The blonde's
Claire Danes.
I think that's yeah. It's got Deadpool's wife, and it has the first season does, and it has a guy from whatever the Channel 4 show with, I forget it. Don't worry about it. Just people I didn't realize were on this show. I'm like, it's not bad so far. It's about the sergeant comes back after 8 years in captivity in the first episode, and she thinks he's a plant. So that's all I know.
Spoilers. Everyone's a plant.
Really?
I'm an evergreen.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I have about 10 minutes left of the first season of The Acolyte.
I really got to see episode 3 and I couldn't. I stopped. I'll have to turn it back on.
I was trying. It's not as bad as certain people on YouTube say it is, but it's not great. And
it's very mid.
Yeah, and I don't see this last 10 minutes redeeming the season because it's a really lackluster last episode. That's just kind of yep, that was kind of.
I think the last 10 minutes had the biggest for me. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I figured.
That makes me really want to watch it. That makes me really want to.
Well, I figured there's got to be at least one what the fuck moment coming yet because none of the shit's wrapping up yet, and it's just kind of like all right.
Exactly. It's just like there was a couple. Like I said, the whole season's been very mid. This episode was very mid.
Yeah.
Overall, I kind of liked. There were certain things that I really, really liked. And then there was certain things in this episode that, like, there were 2 things that jumped out at me. I was just like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
I like some of the ideas, but I think the execution's been very piss poor.
Yeah,
and then there's also like character motivation switches in this episode that don't make a lot of fucking sense.
Like the little tracker.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
And the 2 main characters. Flippity floppitying, like
yeah, sure. I mean,
you knew that was going to happen, but it's like
sure. Well, if you're waiting for the last 10 minutes, wait, it gets worse.
Yeah. Well, I stopped when they're right under the tree, Rob. If you know where that's
yeah, exactly. So you're right at like the biggest what the fuck in the entire goddamn episode.
Yeah, and I know yeah. Yeah,
but
I know what they're doing. I got. I think what the big what the fuck is why the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really a why. What are you doing?
And then
what?
I had to pause to come on here, so I'm gonna watch it before I pass out tonight. And
the coolest thing was definitely the glimpse of Darth Plagueis.
Yeah,
that was cool. And then I thought showing the corruption of the Kyber crystal.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't realize that was a thing, and that's probably gonna have a lot of people mad. But
yeah. There's a lot of people who don't know that's a thing. It's really been something that's gone on in the comics. They did a whole thing on that in the Darth Vader run, where Darth Vader was having to corrupt kyber crystals and stuff in order to get his saber. Yeah. And then actually in the Star Wars comic, Luke, his in between lightsaber, this yellow lightsaber that everybody goes with him, where he actually has to heal a kyber crystal
Oh, to get it back to green
because
Or-
he can't get a new kyber
Yeah.
crystal. So he's trying to heal a kyber
It's a
crystal.
living
to make it.
organism. Is that the idea?
No, it has to do with their kyber crystals are
Attunement
tuned
to
with the force.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
which makes no sense if midichlorians are this whole thing with living things, and this is a fucking gemstone. But you know what? Wibbly wobbly sci-fi schmi-fi.
And it did have that senator from that one cop show that showed up.
Senator from the one cop show.
I don't know. He's on every cop show, I think. But like,
Probably. Just watch any episode of Law and Order. You see the same actor 5 times playing 6 different characters. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. It is definitely a show that's uneven and could have used another round of rewrites at the very least.
it could have used like 10 more episodes of like actual character development and give a shittedness. Because I don't care about much of any of the characters, really.
Or hey Taylor, how about why don't the 10 of you go establish a perimeter
Yeah.
and then
they all
go
just-
march off in a straight line?
Yeah. And apparently clicks are still used in words, but the perimeter apparently just means we're going to follow the badger. Or the
Yeah.
like,
Say, we're going to play follow the leader. Never mind what the
I'll have to continue it to see what happens.
you really don't.
Third episode showed the one of the kids. Third episode is the one where they showed the kids at that one ceremony before all the shit went down.
I'm with you, AR. I mean, look, there's a lot of I can nitpick a lot of stupid stuff, but at the end of the day, and the reason I do enjoy it on for the context of certain things that are being portrayed, I do like this concept. Well, I know a lot of people really dislike this idea of how the Jedi are made out to look like bad guys, but I do like the concept of showing that they're at this point in their what's going on, how controlling of the force they trying to be, and how much they fear the dark side, that they're actually unwilling to recognize the fact that they're taking dark side steps themselves.
Yeah,
and
and
doing
like their
and doing
hubris
stuff.
is going to be the downfall and all that.
Right. So I
totally.
totally dig some of that stuff, and I really enjoy that.
Was it a beaver or a marmot?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what it is. He's an alien species.
Outside of our hotel, up by the park, to walk out the back of our hotel is grass, and then a 40-foot, 80-foot drop to a river. There's a wall up there at least, and a marmot was just sitting there eating away the grass. Sorry.
Nice. Yeah.
First I looked at it, is that a beaver? No, it's not a beaver. Yeah, I know. Random. I know.
Well, Eddie, on the plus side,
Wow.
now that you're a jobless bum, you got plenty of time to watch The Acolyte and bitch a bit like the rest of us.
Well, yes, yeah, I'm gonna watch the end of it. I got to finish that. I got to finish the last
before you got to cancel your subscriction.
Yeah.
No, my wife's
prepaid?
daughter actually got it, and she shared it with us. And my mom's gonna add it to her Hulu, so we'll have it on Hulu too. I think soon. I got to get rid of Peacock, Max, and Paramount. Those are the 3 I'm probably gonna get rid of. Save $30 a
you
month.
have any of those 3? Is there anything worth having on any of them right now?
Just some movies came out I liked. I mean, and I'm paying for Netflix. I really liked the Eddie Murphy, the Axel Foley.
Peacock I get for free from my cable company, so I don't care about that. Paramount I had to watch Star Trek, but there's no, unless I decide to finish up watching Lower Decks.
Yeah.
There's really I'm done.
There you go.
Well, I gotta wait for I'm waiting for that new season of Strange New Worlds, I suppose.
Oh, okay, Miss Soap, get a hold of me. I'll. What is it?
I don't think she's on social media, so you're gonna have to figure out something.
Oh, I don't tell you on that one.
Even just put your email address in the chat.
Oh, I can put mine in.
Man, Eddie, you're difficult sometimes.
I'm putting mine in the chat.
I know it's
Always look home.
It's not hard to find.
Side of death.
Did that?
There you go.
See, you get rid of the comma. I hit the comma by mistake. I forgot there was something we got on. We got something for Paramount for some reason. I watched what I wanted to watch. They do seem to put new movies. There were several new movies. I forgot what they. Peacock just got a brand new one. If came out on one of them. So I'm like, I want to watch If. You know,
yeah,
in the theaters. I want to see
Paramount. I remember picking up originally so I could watch The King of Tulsa, and then the Star Trek stuff. And
there were reasons. I mean,
I was very glad, and AR is going to love to hear me say this. I was glad I stuck with Discovery and got past the first season or two and into the rest of it because I kind of enjoyed a lot of it.
yeah.
I tried with Discovery and I gave up on it probably before you did, but like it just didn't do it for me.
Oh, now I remember why. I watched Paramount. I do Mayor Kingstown, The Criminal Minds Evolution, Tulsa King. That's what I like on there. And there's still the new seasons are out, which is, that's kind of what I'm watching. I don't know. How do you I don't care if anybody knows my email address. I'm not even sure how to delete it. Let's see. Can I just go to here and go, okay, thank you. Just let me know, and I can send a resume. Everyone's telling me I need to edit my resume and take out the dates and all this stuff because it makes me look as old as I am. So I think I'm going to go spend tomorrow morning doing laundry and doing that. I also got somebody coming by to buy our old washer and dryer, so I'm hoping they buy it for $200. So hey, I'll take it. And we're never going to use it. I bought one of those big fancy machines, and now I owe that money. Oh, stupidity! But
and in the other side of the spectrum, I had to buy a new wine fridge the other day because my wine fridge died.
No.
Actually, that's a big problem actually in my garage since I keep my wines in my garage and my garage is uninsulated and we had a heat wave. It was like, wait a second, there's some expensive wines out there. I needed to get that swapped out pretty quick.
Our Samsung refrigerator ice maker died a few years ago, so we put that refrigerator out in the garage. And my wife's son's refrigerator, one that we can see through the door and all, the really fancy one, died on his ass, so he had to come up and pick up our old refrigerator.
I
got it.
I keep a lot of my comics still at my dad's house right now because he's got the room in the basement and all that. And it was generally, as far as he's lived there, it's been dry. And I had them in the middle of the room, not against any outer walls or anything. That collection I bought, I had them just stacked, long boxes stacked off the floor.
Oh,
thankfully, I think the bottom row is mostly the image shit I don't give a fuck about. Or because last week they got 3 inches of rain in a half hour.
Oh,
and it got the basement wet. So the bottom row boxes are pretty much trash. So 4 or 5 long boxes are garbage. But
what gets me
I think the biggest loss might be the official handbooks of the Marvel Universe. So
because the books weren't bagged either.
No, none of them are bagged. So because I started going through and bagging the good ones and all that, and I just didn't have 40 long boxes worth of bags.
Why not? You don't just have that laying around? Yeah.
No, and I'm like all the Silver Age stuff that I cared about, I know I had on the top level. So I had the Fantastic Four, the Thor, and a couple of the other titles are all, and the Avengers and stuff are all they're fine. I think I might have maybe lost one bronze series somewhere in there. But I think we'll see.
So I never knew things like that. I lived with my dad's in Newport Beach. I was down there, and he had a condo. And it was the outer wall condo, and I stacked up books like that. Seriously, the rain went through that wall and leaked into my books.
Yeah,
ruined. I don't remember how much it ruined, but at that time I had only about 10 long boxes.
Well, again, thankfully none of the stuff is again I didn't have anything against the outer walls. It's sort of in the center of a big basement, and it didn't get the majority of the water. The majority of the water, it just got creeping in, and even some of the stuff in those long boxes might be fine. I'm going up there next week. I told my dad not to worry about it, obviously, because he's 80 years old and he shouldn't be moving around long boxes and stuff anyways. So I'm like, it is what it is. It's on me for not getting it properly sorted there, and I'll just deal with it when I get up there. So
it's a lot of words. I had to put it up here.
Closest I think I ever had was actually the when we were living. Well, before I had any of the comics, it was my wife's comics at our apartment.
I wish my wife
and the toilet flooded and
fun.
got into the closet where her stuff was.
None of the wives care about comics. The first one only collected ElfQuest. I couldn't stand that shit.
My wife is a big X-Men person.
Nice.
Or especially actually likes Excalibur.
Really?
So, yeah.
Ooh, I remember that series. Not my favorite.
So she's got a couple long boxes of books.
Yeah. Hey,
but
on the plus side, you can place those for $4.
Yeah,
most of it, yeah.
Yeah,
she's got the burn
Yeah.
And
The Burn X-Men gets a little pricey.
The big thick version, the first ones.
It starts around like uncanny 130.
Yeah. So nothing
and
enormous, but some decent keys.
Yeah, and then like the X Factor.
The X Factor cheap as shit. Like,
right, even the major key.
Some of the first X Factor,
even the big keys, unless they're 9/8.
Yeah,
they're not because they're I pulled out like the first Sinister and stuff like that, and they're graded 9.2. They're like it's like okay, they're worth something, but they're not. You're not gonna go like, oh great.
And the X Factor run the big ones like Apocalypse, and then there's going to be the first Archangel, or whatever. There's not much else in there, and like or an X Factor. Excalibur has
nothing.
But I mean, it was a fun read at first. Like I kind of agree. Like when it first started with Alan Davis on the art and stuff, it was great, and then it went on like a cross time caper that lasted 14 years. You felt like, and I'm like, I'm done with this. So
yeah. No, it was definitely a
learning. Yeah,
she's she had a lot of weird stuff at one point, but that's her. That was her thing. I remember recently I was doing something in her. We were going to go to Heroes Con. She's like, "Oh, you can take this book. So and so's going to be there. Take this book and have it signed." I'm not waiting in that line for Chris Claremont to sign.
Excalibur #2 or whatever.
I don't. I think she wanted me. No, there's like she's got some actual book that was like written by Claremont and somebody else. I can't.
That's right. He wrote some novels and stuff that like.
Yeah, and she's like,
those were not good.
And she's like, oh, you could take these and have him. I'm not trekking a novel across the country and waiting in that line to have him sign something that I don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
I'm canceling the August 8th, I think was the convention on Vegas. There's no reason to go now. I'm not going to spend money. Yeah. I'm going to take my daughter down and I didn't spend a lot of money last time I went to that anyway, because it's really not, it's pretty pathetic. But
no, you're pretty, no.
Yeah, pretty much at this point.
I'm going to do there's a con. We have Galaxy Con is coming to San Jose. They're taking over the San Jose convention, essentially, that we used to have.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go at least one day for that to see what it is. Although I already know from looking at their shit, it's going to be a lot of pop culture stuff.
Yep. That was the problem with the Vegas ones.
A lot of celebrities that, okay, they're kind of cool, but I'm not a guy who wants to pay money to wait in line to have my picture taken. Pose picture with a celebrity. I mean, I don't.
I make
you don't want like you standing next to Shatner with the plexiglass wall between you guys.
He definitely wouldn't be one, but I mean, like even like Hayden Christensen will be there, right? It's like again, I'm not a guy who. Oh wow!
The big news is the one up in the one I never been to. It's more of a pop culture thing too, up in Salt Lake City. Who's going to be there? Oh my God, his name Mel Gibson's going to be there. I'm like, oh, that's somebody I really want to go out of my way to meet. I mean, last time
maybe you could find that what's that? The girl who loved the swastika and have him sign that or something.
We went to two down in Vegas. One of them was at the Rio, which the Rio's a shithole at the moment. It's getting better, and we went there, and I swear there was only 4 out of like an area that was like I'd probably say about 5 tables by 6 tables, and then that was the whole thing. It was like 4 comic collectors, and then there were people selling pickles. Like there's
you probably hit the wrong show for any kind of real collaboration. This is just cranky old dudes talking about our hemorrhoids in life.
Yeah, and we're about it's already. Well, no, that's not that late. We're only 40 minutes in. You're still. I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. anymore, so we're good.
I do
until Taylor falls out.
But. I'll be falling out pretty soon. But the last weekend here, I didn't go to this, but there's a big car show in Iola, Wisconsin, which is a town of like 3,000 people when there's no car show. But the big celebrity there was Henry Winkler, and he would actually have probably been pretty cool.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. He's so reserved and not like what you think the character he's famous for is, Yeah. But I think last time we went to the Vegas one, that one I was talking about that had nobody there was the biggest star I saw. I mean, I think Steve, the $6 Million Man, was there, and Bruce Kulick from Kiss had nobody in his line, and I like Kiss. So I was like thinking, well, maybe I'm not paying $50. I cannot see myself just to hang out, get a handshake and a thanks for $50.
I'm not a big celebrity. I just don't give a shit. I guess.
I don't either. I don't know them. I'm not worried about it.
Like, and signed comic books, there's very few creators that I really care about, like enough to like. I mean, there's like indie guys that have no like lines or whatever. Sure, I'll chat with them, but like, if I'm flipping it, yeah, but I don't. I don't.
We haven't brought up all the jokes from what happened last. Oh no, I can't do that. I'll get yelled at.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you got canned. Maybe somebody was looking at your Instagram or your Facebook.
No, I didn't do it. No, I don't post any of that stuff.
But you did post at least political opinions on there, which you never know.
I don't know. I don't even do that anymore. Not on Facebook.
And Insta you did though. So I don't know who's following you there. I'm just saying.
I don't know. There were a lot of funny. The funny part was that somebody made even a bigger and worse joke, and it was like somebody from Dominion when they came out the other day, and it was even worse than the jokes I came up with about the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I don't. Not my problem. I just laughed at him and walked away. I mean, I think that's what got me in trouble back in the day. Me and a guy who was a friend of mine. They started giving me crap. Two guys started giving me crap. I started giving it back to them. We're not supposed to be friends with the contractors. And I looked at both of them and said, aren't you both getting a divorce right now? And that's what got me in trouble. Got me a phone call from JC saying, you can't be doing that. And I said, I won't. I'm done. It's okay. And I threw a dirt clod up in the air, and it freaked out the backhoe guy. Those are the two things in 3 years that got me in trouble. I threw it up in the air, and it hit his thing, and he freaked him out. Thinking I was throwing a rock at him. So, who knows? I can't think of anything else that got me in trouble except for the guys down south just don't like me, which is fine. All of them, no offense, all of them are pretty much Trump humpers. They are. Every guy in Utah is just,
I'm just saying, don't call them that.
I know. I don't. Yeah. No, I don't. We don't talk about politics. Challenge them to a duel.
There you go. You don't want to do that, Trump humpers, because they're going to have 47 guns on them. But anyways,
you can't hit this. All they can hit is an ear.
On that note, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this up and go to bed before I get into trouble.
Yeah, I know. Good night.
Hugs and kisses. Somebody hire Eddie. He promises to behave.
Yeah, I will behave. I'm not that bad.
Thoughts and prayers.
No, for last. Night all.
What?
I don't know. Read the comments.
I'm totally.